Hey, what's going on, Bladers? The HellsHammer, and here today I have the UX-02 HellsHammer 3-70 Hexa. Now, this is obviously a part of the new line, the Unique X. I did make the mistake last video by saying that it was Ultimate. Apologies, it's Unique. So yeah, this is the Unique line, and they are really unique. I do see a lot of differences in terms of style and aesthetic. But this one, outside of some of the plastic, some of the metal being changed out for plastic in the middle, pretty much namely around here, I'm not seeing much of a uniqueness. But hey, when we pop it open, we'll go ahead and see just exactly how unique this bay is. Now, something you're going to see immediately on the packaging is that it is going to come with a launcher, so that's great. You get a full set right here, and basically just immediately go into battles. But obviously it's going to come with a heftier price tag, which is going to be 1980 yen, so roughly about $13 USD. Now, just take a look at the back. You can see that it is going to be utilized by Bird, and it is going to be a balance type and a right spin. Basically, yeah, just it's like Hell's Chain essentially, or Hell's Scythe. Those kind of lean, to me at least, they lean way more into the stamina style. But this being balanced, it seems like Bird's just looking for a slight more versatile bay that can adapt in any situation. Now, looking at the stats, the blade is going to have more attack power than it is going to have stamina or defense. So, you could probably go ahead and pull off a little bit more of an aggressive style with this blade. And then looking at the ratchet, it is going to be a 370, and it's going to be the first 70 in the line because we pretty much just had 60s and 80 heights. But this one is going to have a little bit more of an aggression with higher attack. But once again, its defenses and stamina is going to be pretty much even. Now, looking at the Hexa bit, this one is going to be very unique. It is going to have a little bit more of a thickness here at the shaft. Just that way it is going to have that increased burst resistance, but it is also going to have a little bit of stamina as well as attack. So it's weird. I think it could definitely pull off more of a stamina type bay than it is going to be more aggressive. So I don't know. I got some ideas on how I'm going to utilize this, but it looks very, very interesting. And of course, make sure you are scanning that QR code so that way you can get the bay as well as the points. Bam, right there. So got that in the app. Say yes. And it's now registered. Amazing. Now, for a quick overview, this is all you get within the packaging. Taking a look at the blade first, it's okay. I'm not really a big fan of the aesthetic. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really vibing with it too much. And, inside here, they replaced the metal with plastic. I don't know. This doesn't rotate at all. It's a fixed position. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about it. It's really smooth. So possibly could be good for stamina. I don't know. I'm not a subject matter expert on the UX designs, but it looks like it could be really good when it comes to aerodynamic maneuvers. I don't know, it just seems like it can cut through air a little bit easier, but I don't know, man. We'll definitely see. Nothing really spectacular going on underneath. See just 3 pins instead of some of them have 4 or 5. Yeah, nothing really crazy is going on. Speaking on the aesthetics, the Bit Beast, I think it looks okay. I don't know. I'm still a huge fan of Hell's Scythe. I think this is just peak right here when it comes to Bird's bays that he's used so far. This is my all-time favorite. So looking at this is I don't really feel anything towards it. I don't think it looks that great, but performance-wise, it could actually be a very spectacular blade. We'll definitely see when I do a lot of testing. Now, looking at the ratchet, it is a really nice color. The red and the orange just blends in so well. It is going to be 370, so it's going to be more unique. And I would say the 70 is going to shift the meta a little bit when it comes to how more defensive and stamina type bays are going to be utilized. Because a lot of people might go into 80s just that way they can counter more lower profile stamina types. At least that's what I've noticed. But it could, the 70s could be used for attack types, even though like more attack types want to be lower profile, like the Sharkhead wants to be at an angle and get right underneath you to kind of get those like little crit hits. But I don't know, I can see this being used for maybe like Phoenix Wing. I think Phoenix Wing could possibly benefit from having a 70 height, but we can only see with the meta. This might just be a staple for stamina types in my opinion, but who knows, maybe some attack types could find use. Now to take a look at the bit. This is the Hexa bit, and it is very, very unique to say the least. It is going to be thicker right here at the base. It's going to have a thicker shaft, so that way it's going to have high resistance, burst resistance. This, I'm so curious to see how this is going to perform, because it kind of is like a little bit like point. Not as much like needle, but you know, obviously to me, it is designed for semi-attack defensive styles. I want to say, like, obviously maybe just you want to say balance, but when I see this, I'm like, man, I could probably put this on a more defensive style blade and really just go crazy and have that increased burst resistance. And you know, I think it could pull off some pretty good X dashes with this lower profile, but we can only see, but I think this can possibly be really beneficial for defense types. Alright, so now we have it all together, and aesthetically it looks great. All the points are basically facing each of the main contact areas on the blade itself. I mean, it looks really good. The coverage is really great. I'm loving this height. I think the 70 is going to work pretty well. Man, yeah, I'm really vibing with it right now. Just seeing it come together, I think it could be a really good bay. I would say just the overall motif and like style of the blade itself, I'm not really too keen on. But the ratchet and the bit, I'm definitely interested in, and might just utilize that for other bays that I've kind of been using in the past. And of course, you're gonna have the X-Winder launcher, so nothing different with this. It's just that it's gonna have a red bottom, and of course, you're gonna have a red ripcord. So all the same stuff that we've been getting, and the same thing as the X1, just in the color of the bay's primary color. Okay, so we're just gonna do a couple of test runs with this, see how well it performs just by itself. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot. All right, looks like it's going pretty much straight to the middle, and yeah, it's not as smooth as like point or needle, but I don't know, I like it. I think it looks really good so far when it comes to more centralized like stamina types, but like I mentioned, this could be good for defensive styles as well. So we're gonna do one more rip, and then we're gonna go into some battles. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Yep, just pretty much staying right there. Now, I want to try an angle real quick, see how well it does on an angle, because that's actually how I do a lot of my like attack styles, is going more on an angle. So yeah, so when you go on an angle, looks like it didn't hit the edge, but that was more of an inward. So we're gonna try one more actually. So I was going like this, inward. I'm gonna try maybe down like this. Alright. It's not too bad, but let's go ahead and get into some battles. First battle is going to be against the Drawn Buster. This time the ratchet is actually facing the correct way. I didn't realize that I had it facing the opposite way, where like basically the opposite end of the main point was facing. So yeah, both are facing this way, so it should have that more a little bit heavier of a weight, so that way you can make those crit hits with the main point. So let's try and see how well these two go against each other. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Getting some good hits in, but Yeah, it looks like the Buster is losing. Ooh, all right. I'm gonna just call that one a draw. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh. Well, that's another point for the Hells. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, almost. Come on, it's gotta get a hit in. It's already losing too much stamina. Look at the Buster just circling around like it has all the endurance to utilize, and we all know that's not the case. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just gonna do a little bonus round to see how he's gonna do. So, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. God, yeah, it's an extreme finish. So, seems like the hammer just pretty much destroyed the Buster. I don't know, man. I had it on the right side. The performance was better than what I played with yesterday when I, basically put the ratchet on the way it should. But man, it's just not doing anything. I don't know what else to really do. Like I mentioned, if I'm going against an opponent, I would probably do some changes to this to make it better. But as of right now, as their stocks, looks like the hammer just might be a little bit better against the the Buster. Now, once again, I'm going to be doing a battle against the Hell's Scythe because this is, to me at least, one of the best bays that has ever existed so far in the X line. We're going to go ahead and see which one is just going to get the better of them. So let's go ahead, have a battle. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, got him. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Hell's Scythe. Still in there, but wow! So even with the Hell's Scythe being trapped in this little little crevice, it's still outspun. So that's 1, 2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh. Yeah, Hell's Scythe ain't going down without a fight. Look at that. Damn! Look at that, my boy, my baby, my sweetheart. All right, 2, 2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Ooh! Come on, come on. You can hear it roaring. Come on. I'm always gonna root for Hell's Scythe. That's just, I don't know. That's my baby. So it's not looking too good. It's going way too deep, but it might be hitting that ratchet to get a burst. It's not looking good. Oh, that's 1 for the hammer. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, and look at that. The winner, my baby. Undefeated. So in the end, the Hell's Scythe basically still had the upper hand against the hammer. Like I said, this is just one of those perfect bays. The bit, obviously we can interchange that with maybe like an orb or even ball. It has much varying performances, especially depending on the angle and the location that you shoot it. But yeah, this being a balance type, I think is hindering it way more. You gotta choose either be like super aggressive with it or probably be a little bit more of a stamina type. But I definitely want to try this out real quick. So basically I just swapped these around because I think this is kind of cool and want to see how this works on the Hell's Scythe. And obviously I'm just going to put the gear needle right here on this bad boy to give it more of a stamina type performance. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Alright. Ooh! Look at that burst! 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Alright, alright. Oh my god. Damn, I thought I was gonna get into the pocket, but you know what? 3-0, baby. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, extreme finish. See, I don't know what else to say, man. Hellscythe is just my baby. That's my boy. So, I don't know. This one could be good. I just don't really know. I'll have to play around with it a little bit more. But yeah, let's go ahead and put the hex right back on it. Now for my final thoughts on this bay. Honestly, it's okay. I think it just needs a lot more customization. As a default, I don't know how well it's really going to do against other like standard meta attack types. I mean, even seeing things like the Phoenix Wing on a ball or Phoenix Wing on orb or something like that. Like I don't know how well it's going to do against those type of builds, but it could hold its own. I just maybe not as stock. You're probably gonna have to change out the ratchet. Definitely, you got to change out that ratchet. I'll probably just go. You could probably go a smaller profile to really combat those attack types, maybe. I'm not really too sure. It's really situational, but I'd probably put this on. I don't think it needs to be on the needle. It definitely has a more aggressive blade, so I would probably go gear point with this. Just that way it does have, it's still balanced in a way, but I would say gear point and probably do a 560 maybe. I think a 560 would do it pretty justice. But that's just my opinions on that. I think maybe even 360 would be fine for it. Looks good though. I mean, I think it's a fine enough bay. It's not as cool as the Drawn Buster, but I think it's okay. I'm liking the uniqueness of these UXs. They're definitely different, just I don't think as different as I was really expecting it. So yeah, we'll definitely see in the coming future. It looks like I've already gotten some damage just from the couple of battles I've had. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if maybe this metal is weaker, but man, I don't think I've had any other bays really take this type of damage. Like this is dense. These are straight up dense inside the metal. Wow, that's actually crazy. And I've only done maybe about 20 battles so far with this. I was doing some off screen, and yeah, it's already getting beat up. So honestly, I would say if this is gonna be a cop or a pass, for the Hexa, I would recommend just buying that bit separately. I wouldn't really buy this whole thing just to get the bit, but if you like the aesthetics, then go ahead and go for it. I would confidently say though, this is a pass. I don't think it's really that unique in terms of like battle, like stats and everything. I don't think this is gonna shift the meta. I don't think it's gonna do that at all. I think it's just going to be a neat little bay that brings a cool bit to the table. I don't really know what to say about the ratchet yet because I haven't really tested it out with other like stamina and defensive builds, but hopefully those will do good as well. That's it for me, guys. I don't really have a lot of things to say about this particular thing as much as I did on the Drawn Buster. I think the Drawn Buster has a lot more uniqueness to it, especially with the 1-point attack. Yeah, it's just definitely interesting. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.